Hey, good evening, people. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, uh, both Facebook pages. Tonight we're gonna do our review of season three of The Shy, episode four. Tonight I got my buddy D with me.
What up?
Uh,
What's
what's
going
up,
on,
Wayne?
Q? What's
What's
going on,
going on?
Q?
Hey, man, another episode down, man. I'm quite sure we're gonna get right to it.
Yeah,
So the episode four opens up with Dre having this dream that she was saying something to Keisha in reference to uh, the music being played loud and so forth and so on. But it's interesting that though it was a dream, it must have had really happened outside of the car accident because that's how she remembered the tattoo.
right.
So how do you feel about the expanding role that they're continuously bringing Dre in this role and how she
Yeah,
was not down in season one or season two as much?
it seems like season three, like to me, Dre is one of the focal points of the whole season, which is kind of surprising, being that she had just a little role in season one and two. Um, I think she's acting out the role very well, though. I think she's doing a very good job, and it's a tough situation she's in because Keisha is not really her daughter, and her wife let her know that already one time, but she's really serious about finding her, man, and hopefully finding her alive and as well as possible.
I noticed in season during the episode, we gonna just move right along.
Okay.
Emmett had this talk with Darnell finally, man, about whether she was cheating, man, and Darnell was Darnell, man.
Darnell still got the earpiece in his ear. Talking about barbecuing and it ain't too cold to barbecue in Chicago. Darnell is something. What he
So the fun,
say? What he
he
asked
he
what size she
he
was?
said, "What sign?" He says she's Scorpio. Oh, she
Oh yeah,
cheating.
she cheated.
And then when they got back to the crib, Darnell had his feet all up on the couch and
All up
everything,
on the couch. That's a cool brother right
like
there,
nothing was
man.
wrong. But one of the things that I know we had talked earlier about a couple things in the episode we wanted to address was the Ronnie role, man, and like what is going on? Like him and Drake, they pulled down on the white guy.
Man,
Ronnie broke in his house. Talking about he got a feeling like,
they got Ronnie eating chicken out of the garbage can.
yeah, I
Eating
wasn't feeling
Sonny's
that role.
chicken
I
out of the garbage can. How low are they gonna make Ronnie go,
I
man?
wasn't
Like,
feeling that. I wasn't
I'm like,
feeling him eating that
man,
chicken out the garbage. I didn't get that part. I didn't understand. Like at the end of the day, just like you said, he already got a care package from Papa's father.
man.
Like how low are y'all gonna continue going with Ronnie? Like, um, so then
I just thought he was in there looking for more cans and scrap metal. I didn't think he was gonna find some Sonny's chicken half eaten and then eat it.
and took a bite
I
out of it.
don't know. Took a bite out of it. I don't know, man. Lena doing a lot with Ronnie this year, man. I don't know. I don't know.
So they break in the guy house. He break in the guy house. And he finds this picture, and then him and Drake confronts him the first time, and the guy need him
Yeah,
in his, I guess, in his growing area. He couldn't handle one knee.
one knee. But then the funny thing is, like when he went to the house, Dre looking through the peephole, got the little chain on with a bat. I'm like, damn, man, Ronnie can't catch a break, man. Like, damn, now she gonna threaten him with a bat.
It's like Ronnie can't win for losing. Like
He
he just the
can't
worst dude
win.
in the community, right?
This dude can't win for some reason.
So when they approached the dude the second time, the dude basically approached them and was like, "What do you want? You're
What do you
harassing me."
want? Yeah.
So then the dude broke down and basically showed him about the picture and told him where the girl was at down at the beach. I didn't know that Chicago had any beaches there. That
Neither did
really
I.
threw me off. I didn't.
Neither did I. I mean, I'm
I've never
sure it's
heard Chicago having a beach, so it was news to me.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, yeah, it's a lot of water there though, right? But
yeah. So they
you know,
so Wayne, they go to the beach and they playing the music, they setting the scenery like it might be Keisha, but those that watch the show, we
yeah, we
kind of know
knew it wasn't. We
it
knew it
was like
wasn't her.
it was more like you trying to be a sentimental episode, and
Yeah.
it's like now. So
Well,
they find out it's not Keisha basically because she identified it because the girl didn't have the tattoo.
the tattoo, yeah. what's odd to me is where 4 episodes through and they're not giving any inkling of where Keisha's at. Like, I mean, give me a scene from her perspective at some point, right? Or we
Like, is
just
she
gonna
chained
be
up? Did y'all kill her off the
like
show? Did she just run away? It's
they're
amazing.
not
It's amazing that nothing has happened. I mean, I think Lena, when she first did it, was trying to bring light to all the missing young ladies across the country, which
right.
she's definitely done that. But it's like, what's going on? Like, now it's becoming, you 4 episodes in, and unfortunately, because of the COVID, they only got 6 episodes this
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like you started off with Keisha with 4 episodes in where she could possibly be at. And at the end of the day, you still never allowed your fans to have closure or have an understanding on where's Brandon, you know. And that's something I wanted to ask you. Do you think, as a fan of the show, like you are, and we always talk about it the day after we watch the episodes. Do you think, as a fan of the show, that Brandon, Jerica, uh, losing Brandon, Jerica, not having Officer Toussaint, Officer Cruz, and
Not
Reggie
having
dying.
Reg,
You think it
yeah.
was? You think it was too much for a show to lose? Too many
I think
characters. That's 5 characters not in the show right now.
I think it's too much change. And if you look at this week's episode, what did she introduce? 4 new characters?
Yeah.
Like in one episode, she introduced like 4 new characters. Doodah's wife, right?
Which
The
was
little
Candy. How you think her entrance was?
they just didn't give no background. It's like she just showed up, and then they just went into the whole thing, her being his wife and everything like that. But I'm here's the thing, right? Like you said, with COVID happening, there's apparently only 6 episodes instead of 10. Well, that only leaves 2 more episodes to kind of like get us in the right direction, unless they just gonna pick back up once production picks back up and then finish out season 3. I just don't know how they gonna wrap all this up in 6 episodes, especially since they keep giving us new characters. Like Emmett's girlfriend at old boy's house when
At
she's selling,
Dante. His name
selling him
Dante.
weed. Dante house selling him weed, and he wasn't worried about the weed. He was trying to get her.
Yeah,
You
he
know
wanted
what I
straight
mean?
cheeks. He
Yeah.
was like cutting to the chase. And it kind of was like interesting that they even did that, because it's like Emmett thinking she cheating. Now you carried us for 2 episodes on this Emmett thinking she cheating ride, and basically she wasn't cheating.
Right.
And it's like did y'all really even have to write that in the script? Like, it was like a throwaway little
Yeah.
subtitle.
I don't know.
So also they introduced Gemma's father,
Right.
which he seems like as Gemma said, he's rich. So how do you think about Gemma, man? Like, we done had another episode of Gemma. I'm really disappointed in her. I
Listen,
mean, the
I'm
Nina
trying to be
Scott thing. I
yeah,
mean, the
yeah,
Nina
yeah.
Simone
Nina
thing.
Simone. I'm trying to be very careful when I say this, right? Why they making this little girl the most righteous person on the whole show? Like even more righteous than grown-ups. Like, and some of I overthink things. I say that every time we do this, but what high school girl gonna go to the director of the museum criticizing him on an exhibit? That was a big stretch to me. Little Kev, he like her, so he co-signing on everything.
Yeah,
I think they making her too much, man. Like she deep, right? But
yeah,
she real deep for a high school student. Real
yeah.
deep.
So then they said something in the course of at that fundraiser. You know that him and Otis Perry Duda, they have a backdrop because they knew each other. So now it's a whole nother plot going
Whole
with
nother
that. Like,
plot. Because he said to him, "Thank you for helping me out with that situation." You
hmm
know, which leads to the question that I asked you, Q, and I know we briefly spoke on it after last week's show. Why does it seem like there are no good, solid black male characters in the show?
I tell you, after when we did our first show, when we reviewed season 1 and season 2, I mean episode 1 and episode 2, I think I was harsh then, but it's being obvious what's going on. Like, they're literally emasculating or making every man on the show have some shit with them, so to say. I mean,
because even this guy, you think he rich, right? So you like, all right, this is a good guy. He a rich guy, but then he has a past relationship with Duda. So how he getting his money? How he
yeah.
become rich? Like, you know what I mean?
And then we go
It
on to
just
Lena Waithe introducing herself on the show as a
uh,
preacher.
well, I don't know if she was a preacher more. She was at the church
Yeah, she was at the
speaking
church.
to
Yeah,
because she running for mayor or whatever. So, and it's funny how when she first stepped in onto the pulpit, how the congregation looked at her. You know, they
yeah,
was, oh, here she comes. You know, it's that whole her being,
yeah,
lesbian. You know what I mean? So she up in the church, so they was looking at her funny, but then they gave her a chance. After she was saying what she was saying. But I'm gonna tell you, man, the most disappointing scene for me in this episode was when she slid the money to Papa's father, man, and you could just see the hurt on Papa's face, like, "Yo, Dad, what she giving you money for?" He was like,
yeah,
"Stay out of grown folks' business."
yeah. They
And
like they just like he was the only one we had hope for, man. And Sonny might be the last one.
Sonny is the last one that we
Like,
can have hope for
and
because
he don't got a big enough role, and it's like
no,
every male, even Detective Cruz. If we go back to season 1 with the guns and
yeah,
he was dirty because he got the conviction. He got Ronnie basically to do some things illegally.
yeah, man, it's just like. I mean, I understand all the characters are broken in some way or another, but it's just like, man, show one of the African American men on the show in a more positive light. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah,
like
Papa was hurt.
Papa Father, when the Lena Waithe character was talking, and she was like, "I'm not Jesus." He was like, "Yeah, you sure ain't."
Yeah,
But yet you took money from her. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and
After everything was done,
and Papa's face when he was like, "Dad,
oh,
what's
he
she
was
giving you
hurt.
money for?"
Yeah,
You
Papa
you
was
seen the
hurt.
disappointment in his face. It was like,
Yeah,
because you knew that Papa's father throughout the first 2 seasons had a big effect on him
right.
because they would always talk about his father. Even the school teacher from Papa's school would always talk about Stanley. Don't have me call your
Don't
father
have
and
me
this,
call
that,
your
and third.
father. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you knew
Speaking
that
of
Papa. So
speaking of
you
fathers, right? I'm sorry to cut you off. Speaking of fathers, were you surprised that Jake introduced Duda as his father?
Yeah, I was really surprised. I think that Jake wants to show Duda that he deserves to live with him. I think Jake is his role for a kid to be able to play that role, and Jake, the actor Mike Epps play. He has these facial expressions that are perfect for the role. He comes off very timid, you know, like he has a lot of pent up anger in him.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like he's hard to express himself. So Mike is really doing a good job with the role. I think that when he said it, it even surprised Duda because Duda looked at him and was
Yeah,
like,
like, oh, okay.
okay. And then Duda ran with it. He started long showing, got on his politician thing. It was like, me and my wife, and his
Yeah,
wife is in rehab. We open to adopt him. I mean, he kind of like he kind of caught Duda on off guard, and like Duda went to his bag
yeah, went
a
into his
longshoreman
bag
for
on
real.
that. But I'll tell you, Jake ain't feeling that Jibber girl at all, boy.
Nah,
Yeah.
the thing with Gemma is like, all for nothing. I get it. I get what they're trying to do, but sometimes like you got to come back to reality. I mean, she understands that she's blessed. Her father, as she said, is rich.
Right, rich.
But everybody don't have that, and I think that whole the Nina Simone thing in the museum. I mean, it was cute that her father instilled in her as a dark skinned young lady
Right.
that she's still cute. I get that, but it just seems that when they ran down in the corridor, her and Kevin, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
That grown man was like, "Yo, where y'all tickets at, man?" Like he wasn't really
yeah,
trying to hear that.
yeah. So it seemed kind of odd. But I'm gonna ask you, how do you think that they're having a problem with? They got so many, like I said to you earlier on the phone, like they got too many writers dealing with the Shy right now because you could tell they're like all over the place.
And we spoke about that a little bit last week when I was like, this season seemed to be a blank canvas, and they just throwing stuff at it. You know what I mean? But as you mentioned earlier, when you lose characters like Brandon, Reg, like those is hard, man. That's hard. So she had to kind of reboot, but I think she's doing too much. So then you have this episode, where you don't even see Jake's brother. You
You don't
know,
see Jada.
you don't see Jada. You don't see the Lala character. Like, you
And
know
what
what
was
I mean?
what was up with Emmett and Tiff like really like making love up in Jada house? I
Yeah,
mean,
where was Jada? Was she at work? Did they
yeah.
think she had a double shift or
I
whatever?
mean
Like,
they had the candles and everything. Like
yeah, like I'm like, yo, in my mind, I'm like, yo, Jada gonna come in here any second, and she gonna be like, what the hell? Like,
because
because they all over
you
her
would have
plate.
thought like Jada was gonna bust in
That's
because
what I
this is so
thought.
and be like y'all shouldn't be having sex in my house and so forth and so and
Right.
even to the point where Tiff was talking about the reason why she didn't want to have sex is because she stopped taking the pill. Like the way they was making love, she definitely gonna get pregnant
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it was kind of odd. But one of the things I wanted to ask you was, do you think like back to the Reg character, like me and you both follow a lot of these actors on social media,
Yeah.
and they all talk about the episode after the episode, or they talk about it before, but they don't tell us what the
Right.
episode's about. Then they talk about it after. Now, do you think that their chemistry that we see on social media is organic, or you think that the network could be telling them like, look, we was under a lot of scandal last year?
Listen, I mean, the way you see them interacting on their IG accounts and stuff like that, it would lead you to believe that somebody would have said something to Brandon, like the Brandon character, Jason Mitchell. You would have think somebody would have been like, "Yo, Jason, man, yo, cool out. You wilding. Stop going at young girl like that, whatever." But I don't know if she's doing this and they're doing this to say, like, we tight knit, we ain't not letting anything like that happen going forward. We got each other's back. We're gonna protect each other. I don't know if it's organic or if that's something where Lena was like, yo, let's just show that we're a united front. We know we went through with Jason and the other young lady. I know her first name is Tiffany. I can't remember her last name. But, we went through that. No one really did anything about it, even though she let it be known it was happening,
Yeah.
where she had to bring her fiance on the set to
Yeah.
try to get him to stop doing what he was doing. So if they all as close as they're showing they are to be now, you would think somebody would have said something.
Yeah, because it's like and Reg, and even with some of the stuff that was allegedly why Reg left, like even him coming on IG, letting people know like Reg is from Chicago.
Right.
The actor that plays Reg is from Chicago, and like, I mean, you could say that he don't want to throw himself under the bus in Hollywood's eyes, but if he felt uncomfortable about a role, even going back to season one, Reg used to be giving rise to transgender women. Like,
Yes, he
if
did.
you really go back and look at those episodes, he was seen with transgender females before, so it's not like he didn't know or whatever. But
Right.
one of the questions that somebody asked in the chat was, where you think Keisha is at? Like,
Man, I want to know. Like, give us some type of an idea. Like, I mean, come on, you got to give us at least one scene from her perspective. I would think, right? We 4 episodes in, and the only thing we saw was her phone dropped at a bus stop. Man,
I must admit that the Keisha secret, it's a running joke that I mess with our Keisha about. Like, they kept it on whatever they did with Keisha. They keeping it on wraps. I mean, for these actors and nobody not to say nothing. Definitely, if she's not on the show, I know she was on the IG. I think she's on a promo that they doing for one of the episodes where she's talking. But it's amazing that nobody knows where Keisha is. It's just like she just disappeared. The bus driver don't know. Her phone, like nobody knows nothing.
Which I can get that, right? From the character's perspective. But for us as fans, can't you show a scene? Like a scene of where she is. Usually when you watch shows and somebody gets kidnapped or something like that, they at least show that scene. Like they show where the person is at. You know what I mean? And so just keeping it a secret like this, I guess for some people it's good, but for me, I'm like, yo, where's she at? Like, show us something.
So they had Kev punch dude in the face in the
Oh
pizza
man,
spot.
Kev punch dude. Yo, where Kev getting all his heart from all of a sudden? He went at my man talking about I ain't leaving till I found my sister. He called homeboy homie after he knocked him out. That's my sister, homie. But I was
Yeah,
a little surprised. That scene was a little unrealistic to me too. Cause
yeah,
old boy just got up, him and his lawyer was like, let's go. Nah, hell no. Ain't no
yeah.
man just getting punched in the face like that and ain't coming back with something.
It just seemed odd. I mean, the whole, for me, like I told you, I had seen it the first time I seen it yesterday. Right after I seen it, I called you and I was like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
yeah.
I said, as we always play, I said, what did I just watch?" Because I was kind of stuck because it's
I
like
did too.
I got they came in like I took some notes from yesterday, and it's like the whole episode was like a murder mystery. Like it wasn't like The Shy. It was like they was taking us on this
yeah,
journey to try to find Keisha, and then even the music they was playing was like real, like subtle, playing on your emotion. Like,
yeah.
oh, this is gonna be an episode where they might find her body, and then like we knew they wasn't gonna find her
No,
body, and then like just bringing Candy in. You brought Candy in as Duda's wife in the one scene where he was on the phone. She said, "You miss me?" Turn around, and next thing you know, she's playing politician's wife at
yeah,
this event, and then in the limousine scene
yeah.
where she put her hands on his leg, and he said, "No, this is just an arrangement. Like, what's the arrangement? Why is he acting this way?" And he even said about the kid when she brought up Jake. Oh, you didn't want children before, and then they showed a part of Duda where he was like, "Nah, it wasn't
It
safe."
wasn't safe. Yeah,
I mean, that whole thing was odd, and he
it's
goes into
hard.
this thing about teacher telling him that he couldn't be mayor, and
Yeah.
it just seemed like a real odd episode.
Well, it's been a somewhat choppy season, right? Because first episode, Jake's mother was supposed to be going down to the courts to try to get him back. What happened with that? Like,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of stuff she just throwing out there, man. And
I'm gonna ask you, do you think not having Detective Cruz and Tucson in, from what I understand, they might not even be in this whole season?
it's
Like,
weird because she had a storyline at the end of last year with her son being in jail. Like, why wouldn't you keep those two, right? And have them investigating where Keisha's at.
he's connected to Brandon, and he's connected to Ronnie, you
Bruh.
know, and it's like, okay, Brandon got shot. We saw the funeral, but like, what? Nobody even talks about him no more.
Nobody
Nobody be
talks
like,
about
"Yo, how did Brandon get killed?" I mean, unfortunately, she made it just like what's really going on in Chicago for
it.
real.
Bruh.
People getting killed and not caring.
Right, because also what happened to Jerica? Like what happened to both of them, man? Like did she leave Chicago because Brandon was murdered or whatever? Whatever happened to Brandon? Like, I mean, I understand Jason Mitchell ain't on the show anymore, but she could have wrapped that up a little bit better. She just leaves it out there for your
Yeah, I
imagination as
think,
to what
I
happened.
think, I think they got too many writers. I mean, it's a good show. I know a lot of people are really disappointed in this season. I'm willing to give this season a pass so far
Yeah,
because of the COVID, and maybe the writing had to get cut short or whatever.
right. Shoot,
And
I miss
for
I
for,
miss I
for
miss
all we
Br-
know, and they had even had pushed this season back because this season actually is like 2 months behind the first two seasons. Because the first two seasons, the last year came out, I think May.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but didn't they move this one up?
Yeah, this
It was
season got
supposed to
moved. No,
be
this season got moved back.
okay. I thought it got moved
Yeah,
up. That it was
yeah, it
supposed
got
to be
moved
at
back.
one point. They moved it up.
So I'm
But
gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you the question about the elephant in the room, man. Is Papa's father corrupt, yo?
man, listen. I mean, what did he say? He don't like to mix like the politics with the
Yeah, he said
church,
I don't mix church and state because
church and
you.
state, right?
Yeah,
So he said that, but then you taking that money, and that was a lot of money, man. That was a big envelope,
yeah.
you know. And like I said earlier, man, it's just tough because Papa really look up to his father. Like he's the one of the three friends that had that strong father figure. You know, now Jay got Duda, but you know that's for political means
Mhm.
anyway. But I mean, Papa's the one. You know, he had that strong father, and you could just see the hurt on his face, man. He was really hurt by that,
Yeah,
seeing that.
I didn't get that, man. That kind of messed me up. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like Papa's father had a big congregation.
No,
So I'm trying to figure like, what is they doing? Like,
yeah,
but him taking the money and then saying what he said to his son. I mean, he never said nothing slick to Stanley that we seen.
yeah.
Usually,
He never talked to
usually,
Stanley like that
usually,
before.
usually he'll try to say a lesson, like with Ronnie when he said, "Dad, do you know who that is? That's the kid. That's the guy who killed Kookie." He said he's still a son of God,
Right.
and even his mingling with Ronnie is always trying to get Ronnie to, not believe in the word, but to try to live the word
Try to live the word. Yeah.
best as his possibility.
And it looks like in the coming attractions that Ronnie gonna get baptized next episode and all that stuff. So
Yeah, that whole Ronnie scene. I mean, that chicken
I'm
man.
still not feeling Ronnie eating chicken out the garbage, man. Like every week they just take him to a new low, man. Beat up by kids last week. This week he eating chicken out of a damn garbage. Got a white man kneeing him in his privates.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the scene with Common K. K asked what's going on with Common. I mean,
Yeah,
they brought Common in the second season to helping Ronnie get himself together. I don't know if he was trying to be Muslim or not. He
I
just
don't
told Ronnie to
know.
come clean, and everybody got a pass. And then it's like Common's still executive producer, but it's like he's not on the show, and it's
And, and,
just
and can I just say this, and I hope nobody takes this the wrong way. Lena can't act.
oh Lena, listen,
She can't
listen,
act, man. She was terrible. She was terrible. Like, not everybody is supposed to be
Lena.
on camera. Stay behind it. Cause
I think I don't know. Maybe it's just me. When you say she can't act, I think
well,
she was
maybe I
trying.
shouldn't say
No,
that.
I
Maybe I
think she
shouldn't
was
say
just
that.
trying too hard.
Maybe I shouldn't say she can't act.
Yeah, like
It
K,
just
like
didn't feel
Even K
good.
just said that speech was trash. It just was
It was
like
trash.
you know
See,
how
I'm
like
glad it wasn't just me because that was trash. I'm
you know
sorry.
how somebody try to be too woke. That's how it was. Like
Listen,
you too conscious. Like you
listen,
start talking about Chicago. Like
and listen. It seemed like she had 20 takes on that one scene, and it still wasn't good. It
yeah,
still wasn't good.
it just
Listen,
oh
I want to believe me. I want to be so into the shot. I love the shot. Since it first came on, but I gotta admit, I've been a little bit disappointed with this season because it has no flow. It doesn't seem to have any direction.
it's literally all over the place, yo.
It's all over the place, and you keep introducing new characters. Why?
Yeah.
You introduce the little girl. You introduce her father. All right. You giving Papa's father more of a role this year, right? You giving Dre more of a role. Like the one that I'm most intrigued by, honestly. I think Dre's doing a good job this season.
No,
So
Dre and Emmett is doing great. Emmett, Darnell is Darnell,
Darnell,
and
that's
then
my
like,
man.
and then
I don't care.
you still got the plot going on with what you call it. What's Emmett mother name again?
Jada,
You still got the plot with Jada and the guy.
the
Like,
Puerto Rican guy,
where's this
the
gonna
Spanish
go?
guy, rather, like with
Like,
the.
like they literally, if we sat and wrote it down, they literally got about 15 different plots, and it's
I
like,
mean,
where
yes,
y'all going?
I mean, Treg with his transgender partner,
Yeah,
like
and
you touched
then
on that,
the
and then
act
they ain't even in the episode this week.
the actor that plays Trey's partner name is Jasmine, so we'll just say Jasmine. So now
Jasmine,
Jasmine from episode 3 has this epiphany when they go up in the house and see the brothel. So
yeah,
like, is they gonna go try to get these girls now? Because they just left the scene with playing the
yeah,
ballad, the LTD
right.
ballad, and it's like
But
what's going on?
he did tell her, stay focused. We ain't here for that. We here to get my brother, and we getting up out of here. But where's Up Out of Here? Can you tell me that? Where they come from?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even Tiff, like me, you and Craig was talking about earlier. Tiff even sell the weed, but Tiff organized as hell. Got the
Organized
case,
as hell, had the
like,
cage.
like, and to keep it real, she about her business. Like she trying, you know.
She about her business.
She trying.
She trying. And and I asked you that question, and I watched the episode again. So that was court ordered counseling session. Because I was like, where these two all of a sudden go to counseling for? But it was court ordered.
Yeah, even Kate just said about the same thing that I asked you about when you got Brandon, Jerica, Reg getting killed, Detective Toussaint, Detective Cruz. Like they just took 5 people out of the show, and it's like they really have nowhere to go. It's like it's crazy. They don't even talk about the boy's truck. Like what happened to it? What's up with the investigation? Now, dude, are good? Like, is he still under still being watched? Like
he running for mayor, he ain't being investigated. Like, and listen, I understand she had that she had that situation. Jason Mitchell wasn't there. The young lady left, but there's some storylines that were left undone from season 2 going into season 3, like, Detective Toussaint's son, like we said, being in jail or whatever. And, she just, it's like those characters didn't even exist in the series.
Then they never said what happened to Q.
Never said what happened to Q. Never said it, But
Kay just asked the question. Wasn't Tiff pregnant again? Because he got 3 baby mothers and Tiff had got pregnant again, right?
Yes. You're right.
So they just left us out there.
I don't know. Like I said, I want to love it. But this season just got me scratching my head. And
like Kay said, I can't say the word. Like Lena Waithe said that this is going to be the most LGBTQ season. And it's like, yo, no, it's not. It's worse. It's the most wackest season so far.
Right. So far.
I mean,
there's been some good nuggets in there, but just not enough, man.
What could you do in 2 episodes that'll make
that's what I'm
this
saying.
right?
Like,
I mean, there's only 2 left.
Right. And next week is what, a blackout? Like whatever. But yeah, I mean, and maybe, I gotta give her a pass because of COVID. Maybe, production was cut short or whatever, but I just don't know how they're gonna wrap it up. And again, where the hell is Keisha, man? Show us a scene with Keisha, like her mumbling or grumbling or something in a basement. Show us something.
Yeah, it's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah, they said it's only 6.
It's only 6 episodes. I just think it
was supposed to be 10 again. But when you look at it, it looks like it's only 6.
It looked like it's only 6, but they had actually pushed the Shy back. The Shy is pushed back 2 months. I mean, for those that be messing with Showtime, the Shy actually was coming on before Ray Donovan. Ray Donovan got cut in the middle of production, and then they brought the Shy out. And she had already said that they were pushing the Shy back. Yeah, it just, this just weird, man. It's just a weird. I mean, even this episode, like I told you the first time I watched it, Wade, like I woke up, I got in late Saturday. So Sunday I said, all right, I'm gonna watch it.
Right, you want to watch it with a clear mind.
And I watched it, and I'm like, what did I just watch? Like I just wasted 40 minutes of my day. Like
I'm telling you, that's why I had to watch it. I watched it right back after I watched it the first time. I'm like, nah. Let me watch this back because there must have been some things I missed in there. But, I've seen it 3 times because, we talk about it. So I want to make sure, like, I'm getting everything that I need to kind of make sense when we review the show. But episode 4 was all over the place, man.
Yeah, I kept saying episode 4. The first thing you kept saying was episode 3.
I kept calling it episode 3, and you was like, D, this is episode 4.
I'm like, it's episode 4.
And then I'm gonna say it one more time. How Sonny don't know they doing some after hour stuff in his spot, man? Like, how this man don't know this? He giving Emmett relationship advice and all that.
It just had me. Like I told you, after I did what I had to do, so I watched it the second time, and we start calling each other like, yo, like explain this, explain. Like I'm just bugging off the whole Dre thing. I mean, she's taking the role seriously. She's doing a
Sure,
good job.
doing a
But
good
it's
job.
like you didn't talk about this girl for 2 seasons.
Yeah. And I
For two
mean,
seasons. Then you show Ronnie grandmother and Tracy last week, and you don't even show them like the grandmother was an important role because her house got taken.
listen, and it's amazing to me, just to me, right? That Kev's mother was cool enough to go to this gallery or whatever and speak to the new girl, and she was clear minded. I like this girl, man. Please, your daughter missing. You ain't gonna be going up into all that glad handed people when your daughter missing.
I mean, I think, and we talked about this. The perfect scene to bring Detective Cruz and Tucson into the show was when they went to this beach in
The beach
Chicago,
scene,
and
yeah.
could have been like the good detectives. Okay, even if you're not going to talk about their roles this season, you could have still gave them a shot. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, like somebody said in the chat, most likely it was K. Like they probably um might get canceled. The Shy might not get picked up for a fourth season
Might,
because it's like you know you don't see
cause
that she put a lot of effort in this, and I know she got I think two other shows coming out.
she got that show that's out now. That show called 20s, which they say is loosely based on her life a little bit, even though it's the storyline is based out of Los Angeles. They're saying one of the characters in 20s is loosely based on Lena, but it could be that it's getting canceled, man. But hopefully it's more than the 6 episodes. I'm hoping it's more than the 6 episodes because it's hard. It's gonna be hard to wrap all she's given us in the first 4 episodes into just two more
Yo,
episodes.
because I know it's funny because I know in the first season, yo, we'd watch and I'd call you and we'd be talking and me and you would be talking about the Shy when football was on.
Yeah,
That's how much we like the show. Like,
that's how
yo,
much I like
forget
the
football
show,
right now.
man.
Like, yo,
That's how much I like the show. I'm a big fan. You know?
yeah.
So, hopefully we'll start getting some of these answers. First thing I want to address next week.
Somebody in the chat says something interesting though. Like Jason Mitchell's character was like so good.
It
Like,
was. So let me ask you this, and I'll ask this to the people that's in the chat, the people that may be watching us. Do you think she should have just found a replacement for
abso-
Jason Mitchell and kept the
absolutely,
Brandon character in? Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I
His
think I
ca-
would have.
his character was too good to the
It's too
show.
vital. It was too vital to the show. And you have shows where people have been replaced before, new actors playing the same role. It don't happen often, but it has happened. Shoot, on the Jeffersons, it was like two different liners, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And they did a bad job on that. One light skin with a fro, and the other dude was
Yeah.
black.
So let me ask you, how do you feel like even Sonia John, like she's not
I
even gonna be
miss
on the
her.
show, like
I
like
miss her.
after episode one it was like a guest appearance, like
Yeah. I miss her, and I miss her boyfriend. They were funny to me. Like their scenes with Brandon and everything
yeah.
was funny, man. And you just
Old head
X
always
them
want to
out.
sit there and talk, give you some advice drinking a
Right,
beer.
right. But I mean, you just X them out. Why? And I don't get Tracy's character this year.
Like Kay just said, he didn't have to be replaced but killed off. But why did he die? Yeah, why? Yeah,
Why?
we seen him talking to
Why?
Detective Toussaint. They was trying to get him to snitch. They never said if he was gonna snitch, and it's like, they come back and
But
he
it's
did.
like, to me, and I could be wrong, it's like she's not even going to address Brandon's death. She just showed the funeral episode 1. That's it. Y'all, that's what y'all get. Brandon dead. That's all I'm giving y'all. Don't tell us how. Nothing.
And like even with Jericho, like she came from affluent in that
Right.
area. Like they could have even put her role because she worked for a real estate company.
Right.
She was quote unquote had her shit together, and it's like they could have still got another actress to play her role. But it's like, damn. I
Yeah.
mean, I believe the Shy is a good enough show to have 5, 6 seasons, but it's like
I do
it's
too.
gone, yo.
But hopefully, she finishes strong and we can have some more seasons after it. Because like I said, I like the show. I like it. I'm just a little disappointed. And the first 4 episodes, and it's like with anything, right? I was a little disappointed in the last season of Power. So maybe things run their course. Maybe with this new Power book coming out, maybe I'll get re-energized by that. Even one thing about this year in the Shah that's different. You used to like those school scenes with the 3 boys in school together. And now it's like Papa on the outside because he's still at the old school and those 2 is at the new school. But if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Q, the first episode, it seemed like Papa was in the school with them.
Yeah, but our buddy is in the chat, Crystal Wright, the real MVP. She's
the real
in the
MVP.
Chat. She's the real MVP.
She's the real MVP, y'all.
She's the real MVP of Let's Talk page. Only if she knows. She did us a huge favor the other day.
Huge favor.
But like Crystal said, they need to do better. I'm mad right now.
I'm mad too, Crystal.
It seems as though there's no thought put into it.
There's no direction. She just, hey, it's season 3. I'm just throwing everything.
Crystal, Ronnie's purpose is they got my boy eating chicken out of a garbage, yo. Come on.
First you trying to give him some pity pee. Right?
Yeah.
Trying to give this man some pity pee.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, even that
then
part.
You got little kids beating his ass, right? Drake threatened to beat his ass.
He have a day to recover. Yeah. He have a day to recover at the church. He get the flowers from Papa's father. Take him back to old girl at the place. Yeah. They play the love ballad, which the LTD ballad. I'ma still always think is just hilarious to me.
Listen,
because they could let the James boy just sing the song a cappella, but they play it, and it's like
his grandmother called him a damn bum.
But he was a war hero, and the crazy. They act like we haven't been watching. He wasn't a war hero before. He was suffering from PTSD.
Right.
Like, it just, And
where's Common? Like Kay said earlier, where's the Common role at? Where he at? Why he ain't there to help out Rodney?
I mean, one thing that I noticed, Dwayne, and we talked about it. I hope when our sister get her shot, you cannot have a bunch of chefs in that kitchen, man. These writers are different, and that's what Power had. Power had like 8 different writers.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Watch Book Club the series, man. That's good writing. And it's consistent. One episode sets up the next. That's how it's supposed to be.
But it just seemed like Lena tried it the first season, the second season, and it's like the third season, like, yo, how many chefs y'all got in here, yo? Like, what's going on?
Too many hands in the pot, man. Too many hands.
Yeah.
And Duda went from investigation to running for mayor,
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, even if like the writers, at least try to get people to understand your vision.
Right.
I mean, like, that's one of the things that Reg was able to do, and I think that's why Reg came out so well, because Reg is from Chicago.
Can I tell you, Reg was my favorite character, man. I just loved Reg, man. I was mad when he got shot last year and they killed him off. Like,
it just ain't seem right, yo. And even with Q, like, that was Sonny's brother, and Q was laid back and got the little apartment with the window view, and he's an OG, been in everything all the way from Cooley High to 21 Jump Street. So you was like, okay, they got the OG in here.
Yeah.
And now it's like, ugh.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. But hey, right, we can hope it's gonna get better. We got more episodes to go, and hopefully she'll wrap it up. But like, my only thought process on this is she got too many damn stories going on at the same time. I don't think she could close all of them up. Like, what's the main thing, right? Keisha,
Crystal just said something funny, but it's the truth. Wasn't Sonny just sick? He went from having a stroke to frying chicken again.
Hello, yes, and in there every day. Wasn't Emmett taking it over to help him?
He told Emmett he was going to be the manager.
Yeah.
Now Emmett's selling chicken out the side window
Selling chicken out the side window at
late
night.
night.
Late
Like you
night.
would think, okay, I'm the manager. I'm gonna go to Sonny and be like, look, I got a real cook. I got another cook. She's motivated. She got her own clientele. Like that's how it go. Even though Sonny is being real, I mean that role is real. Like
Right.
real reluctant on somebody coming in trying to change stuff. But it's like Emmett should have established some type of
Yeah.
clout with Sonny because he was going to Sonny's and being on the truck with Brandon. Like he didn't
Right.
he didn't even learn how to cook by accident. Like
No.
damn.
No. And they need to. She just need to stop with this Emmett being Kevin's mentor. Like, don't even do that no more. Like, you touched on it episode 1, then last week you had him coming in there while the boy was servicing himself. Like, don't even go down that road. Let that go. That was Brandon's role. Brandon ain't here no more. Don't even go down that road.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you discussed earlier in the show. Like, where's the positive?
Where's the positive
heterosexual men
males? Yeah, where the positive black males in the shop? Where they at? Can someone tell me? Because I thought it was going to be Papa's father, and now he taking money under the table. So, and again, this girl's father, is he going to play a big role in this? Are we going to know what him and Duda did? Like, thank you for taking care of that for me. You just throw that line out there, like.
Yeah, and what's the deal with Candy? Like what? Like.
Yeah. And where Lala at this episode? Like, stop introducing us to. Now, are we going to see this other guy ever again? The one that bought the weed from Tiff? Is Tiff going to cheat with him? Like, stop.
Oh, you talking about Dante? You talking about Dante?
Yeah, I got to keep Dante. That's one of the, in real life, that's one of the twins' husband, right? Tia and Tamara. I don't know which one. Yeah. One of them. Yeah. But, yeah, Lena gotta finish strong. She has to finish strong.
I don't know, man. But see, even me and you, we watch a lot of shows, so we always converse about. I hate to say it, Dwayne. Like, even though it was the COVID, I don't think no show could end it like Chicago PD, man. Like Chicago PD ended perfect.
It did end perfect, and I know we talking about the shot right now, but I'm gonna throw this out there because some people may be watching Chicago PD as well. Can, in light of all that has happened with George Floyd and all that, can they keep with that storyline, or do they have to change that storyline with Atwater?
They can stretch it out.
You think they can still get it?
Yeah, I think they can stretch it out. Somebody in the chat said, "What's up with Jada? She just screwing young boys, old baby daddies. What is it?" Well, you got to understand. Whoever asked that question, Darnell is the man with his earpiece, yo.
Yeah, he is, man.
Like, it's funny, y'all.
That's like, my dude. I need more Darnell scenes, man.
Me and Dwayne follow old boy that played Darnell on Instagram. And they had a little live, and they was talking about his earpiece this morning.
Yeah, man. Hilarious, man. But, hey, listen. We all know a Darnell, don't we? Uncle, older cousin. We know somebody like that, man. Like, he's a definite, genuine character, man.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's just a weird show right now.
It's a weird. That's the perfect way to say it, man. Like, it's weird, and she need to condense those storylines a little bit. She need to tighten that up, man. You got Kevin worried about his sister missing, and he found a new love at the same time.
Yeah, we talked for those in the chat. Me and Dwayne, we ain't feeling a little Gemma, y'all.
No,
I mean, y'all may like her. She a little. She what we call a smarty yard, Joe.
Smart ass.
We don't know, Crystal. Me and Dwayne. That's the one great thing about the Chi this year. The one great thing, Crystal, is that none of us that watch the Chi have any idea where Keisha is.
Nobody knows.
Like, did she run away?
Where is she?
Did she get kidnapped? Is she across country?
And then you threw a little flashback scene into us with her this week.
Yeah, her getting hit. Like, even her and Trey's relationship is like, Keisha wasn't feeling her like that.
Nah, it was a weird relationship, man. She was like, "What? I pay half the bills. I'm gonna tell you to turn that music down."
It's weird. But listen, y'all, we don't, the review already been longer than the daggone episode.
Yeah.
Our review was probably more entertaining than the episode. But
Yeah, but where our ladies at? Where Chastity and Keisha at? They supposed to hold us down on these Shaw reviews.
well, we don't know where Keisha. Now, Keisha got some business she taking care of.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
I apologize.
Chastity's taking care of family business.
All right, but we held y'all down for like 50 minutes, man. We gave y'all, like Q said, more than an episode. But we want y'all to keep thinking about some of these things, man. You may say we overthinking, but where do we go from here, Q? Where do we go from here?
Honestly, Ronnie clean himself up. You got to clean Ronnie up. You can't Ronnie. If they gonna have a fourth season, you can't go in the fourth season with Ronnie being messed up.
Ronnie got to be the one to find Keisha. He got to be the one, man. That's
Keisha,
his redemption story.
Keisha got to be alive, yo.
Nah, she ain't dead. Keisha ain't dead. I don't know where she at. She a fighter, But yeah, Ronnie gotta find her. Ronnie gotta find her. It's gonna help him find his way.
And you gotta have Ronnie. But him finding Keisha, tie Ronnie up as like an activist, and him working with Tracy. That's it.
Get him back with Tracy.
That'll be perfect.
That'll be nice.
But we gonna wrap the puppy up, man.
Yes, sir.
Do you got any final thoughts, Wayne?
Hey, we just gonna pray for it to be better, and y'all watch out because there's another show that me and Q love that wrapped, and we gonna do that Hightown for y'all too. But I would say go back and binge watch Hightown. It's worth it.
Yeah, we probably gonna do Hightown Sunday at the latest, and we probably get a good show with Hightown because it's only 8 episodes, but it's really 8 real good episodes of Hightown. So if you haven't watched Hightown.
Hopefully, Q, our other show will be back soon, man. That was the best show on TV last year.
Yeah, City on the Hill.
But look,
we're going to wrap the show up, man. Crystal, you the real MVP.
Crystal, you the real MVP.
We appreciate you.
Q going to tell you why, but I'm going to tell you. You the real MVP. Thank you.
With that, we're going to close the show. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Y'all take it easy and God bless.